Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmates. I am Emily Savara Nadua, and my report for today is all about Carmencita M. Abaquin's Prepare Me theory, the interventions and quality of life advanced progressive cancer patients. So who is Carmencita Abaquin? According to her, to nursing may be able to provide the care that our clients need in maintaining their quality of life and being instrumental in birthing them to external life. This just simply means that we as nurses should be able to provide the care our clients need in both life and death. Generally, we believe that valuing people should not only happen when they are alive and healthy, but also in their dying days. We as nurses who render end-of-life care should be spiritually and emotionally ready. It also reminds us of what our mission as nurses is, which is to care for our patients from birth to death, that we should give the patient the dignity that he or she truly deserves. About the theories. So, Carmencita M. Abaquin graduated Bachelor of Science in Nursing at the University of the Philippines in 1969. She is also a Filipino nurse with master's degree in nursing, obtained from the University of the Philippines College of Nursing in 1975. She graduated Doctor of Philosophy at the University of the Philippines in 2000, and she started as a staff nurse and became the head nurse at the Philippine General Hospital. She was also an expert in medical surgical nursing with subspecialty in oncologic nursing, which made her known both here and abroad. She had also served the University of the Philippines College of Nursing as faculty and held the position as secretary of the College of Nursing. Her latest appointment as chairman of the nursing speaks of her competence and integrity in the field she has chosen. Next is the holistic nursing interventions. These are nursing interventions provided to address the multidimensional problems of cancer patients that can be given in any setting where patients choose to be confined. In more simple terms, the holistic nursing interventions in Abaquin's Prepare Me theory focuses on the problems that cancer patients often experience. Approaches. In Carmencita Abaquin's Prepare Me theory implies a type of nursing care. Our holistic nursing approach deals on how to care for cancer patients, improve the quality of life of patients with cancer and other chronic diseases or terminal illnesses. The Prepare Me, also this program emphasizes a holistic approach to nursing care, and it is composed of 6 components, mainly the presence, the reminiscence therapy, prayer, relaxation breathing, meditation, and values verification. So first is the presence. Presence is mainly being with another person during the times of need. This includes therapeutic communication, active listening, and touch. An example of presence is what I read this story in the internet, wherein a Filipino nurse from Saudi Arabia had a patient with breast cancer. The patient would always just lie on her bed because of dyspnea. She sits on her bed with oxygen cannula as a constant aid for her better breathing. She was all alone and had no one to talk to. The nurse would always constantly check if she'd find if the supplement oxygen is on, visiting her always, and would ask her, "How are you? Are you in pain?" And because of that, the patient was able to be comfortable with the nurse. And she would always have this smile on her face whenever the nurse was around. So presence is actually constantly making your patient feel that he or she is being cared for out of concern and not for out of requirement. Make sure that your patient feel that he or she is not merely a patient, but a human being who should be allowed for dignity and peace. Nurses should also extend their care on presence. They should not just physically being there, but being available to radiate feelings of warmth and serenity. Next is the reminiscence therapy. These are recall of past experiences, feelings, and thoughts to facilitate adaptation to present circumstances. In the reminiscence therapy, it should be when you let your patient share his or her life before he or she had her illness. What job does he or she had before? What hobbies he loves doing, etc. In this way, he or she might feel comfortable around you. This concept provides the patients a sense of fulfillment and comfort as they look back at their lives. Next component is the prayer. Cancer patients often verbalize their unpreparedness, being afraid to die, and the inability to accept illness and fate and state. They would often ask God, bakit ako pa? Bakit pa ako pa binigyan ng ganitong sakit? Ayoko pa mamatay, marami pa akong gustong gawin sa buhay. Dito papasok ang concept of prayer. Nurses should provide physical comfort, simple measures such as silence, taking time to listen, sharing stories about hope and faith, connecting them to God through prayer, and in this way, this could make them feel that we as nurses truly care for them. Next is the relaxation breathing. These are techniques to encourage and elicit relaxation for the purpose of decreasing undesirable signs and symptoms such as pain, muscle tension, and anxiety. Another example of relaxation breathing is what I read this story on the internet that a nurse was able to apply the concept of relaxation from Abaquin's prepare me theory. Her patient had chemo treatments that affected her hair growth. The patient's hair was like a bird's nest, coarse and very tangled. They suggested, the nurse and her companion suggested shampooing the patient's hair, but she would always decline. The nurse told the patient that shampooing her hair might help her feel better, and surprisingly, the patient agreed. They did the shampooing and returned the patient to her bed. And when the nurse checked the patient, she saw a big smile on her face. And this might be like she might have felt relaxed. Next is meditation. These are encourages an illicit form of relaxation for the purpose of altering patient's level of awareness by focusing on an image or thought to facilitate inner sight, which helps establish connection and relationship with God. This meditation may be done through the use of music and other relaxation techniques. It may vary on what the patient wants or what the patient is comfortable to. This concept greatly helps cancer patients to lessen anxiety, depressions, and pain that they have been suffering. Meditation also relieves stress, fatigue, and improves the quality of sleep and mood. Lastly is a values clarification. This is assisting another individual to clarify his own values about health and illness in order to facilitate effective decision-making skills. Through this, through values clarification, the patient develops an open mind. It helps one become internally consistent by achieving um, that will facilitate acceptance of disease state and may help deepen or enhance values. And the process of values clarification helps one become internally consistent by achieving closer between what we do and what we feel. The concept of values clarification helps the patients to learn more about themselves and develop reasonable goals, and this will allow patients to make positive changes to their lifestyle so that they can live up to their values. Next is the meta paradigms. Meta paradigms consist of person patient, the environment, health, and the nursing. First is the person patient. These are patients in advanced stages of cancer. It consists of holistic being with physical, psychological, social, religious, level of independence, and environmental aspects. The person patient is an honest view and feedback regarding their illness and management, and obtaining their perceptions that can lead to the improvement of services and communications between patients with advanced progressive cancers and their families and health team. In the environment, next is the environment. Environment was not clearly defined accurately in Abaquin's preparedness theory. Nevertheless, we can assume that environment is an aspect or dimension integrated to the cancer patient. Her quality of life can also be assessed in the aspect, thus, it may be given consideration in provision of care. In the environment, the nurse must help to make a supportive environment for the patient and his family in his dying days. An environment like this would promote dignity in his last days left, thus helping the patient accept his fate and help him or her be ready for the afterlife. The family is also guided in this rough time, addressing the grieving process by instilling in them that death is part of life. Next is the health. Um, Abaquin's, Abaquin's theory about health, this concept revolves around the illness, particularly cancer, and the provision of holistic care to improve the quality of life despite the terminal cases. Health further applied not only with terminally ill patients, but also promisingly introduced to patients with acute and chronic diseases and those prolonged hospital stays. The quality of the health is resulting to a quality of life. Quality of life this is defined as a multifaceted construct that encompasses the individual's capabilities and abilities for enriching life when it can no longer be prolonged. And the health includes proper care and maintaining integrity of the body, mind, and spirit despite the limitations brought about the present condition. Lastly is the nursing. Nursing is the improvement of quality of life for advanced stages of stage cancer patients despite the current situation. Abaquin's theory in the concept of health of providing holistic nursing care and addressing the multidimensional problems that cancer patients feel is summarized in the acronym PREPARE-ME. The presence, reminiscence therapy, the prayer, relaxation breathing, meditation, and the values clarification. The SAD components of PREPARE-ME must be introduced and focused about during the training of nurses, both in the academe and practice to answer the needs of the special kind of clients. Next is the conceptual model. In the holistic nursing intervention, the PREPARE-ME is composed of 6 components. These are the presence, the reminiscence therapy, prayer, the meditation, and the values clarification. In the person health, these are the terminally ill cancer patients, include physical, social, level of independence, environmental, psychological, religious, and spiritual. This would result in the quality of life. And again, PREPARE-ME theory provides a framework on non-pharmacologic, non-surgical approach of care to advanced cases of cancer patients. It focuses is not on cure, but assisting the patients to explore her humanity and internal serenity as one of the faced with the challenges of life and death. Nurses must be seen not as mere caregivers, but facilitators of peaceful acceptance of conditions. To end my report, when death is imminent, it's not what to do that is the question. It is when to do if that patient struggles. Having this information available before imminent death provides direction, but does not prevent emotion from leading the charge. For end-stage terminally ill patients, they will continue to accept and receive treatments beyond logical hope. To accomplish this, palliative care should become standard care upon diagnosis of late-stage cancers, not only for the purpose of relinquishing hope, but to provide access to a dedicated care provider and was able to provide comfort in the end stage of life as nurse theorist and Carmencita Abaquin's model. So these are the last slide is about the references, and this includes all my report about Carmencita and Abaquin's Prepare Me Theory, Interventions in Quality of Life Advanced Progressive Cancer Patients. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from it. Thank you.